Did you know that driving under the influence of marijuana is illegal? Driving high will get you a DUI. And if you're wondering if law enforcement can tell you're driving high, well, everyone else can. Friends?
I can tell you drove high.
Parents?
I can tell when you drive high.
Relatives?
I can tell. You drove here high, didn't you?
So what makes you think law enforcement can't?
I can tell.
If you feel different, you drive different. Drive high, get a DUI. Paid for by NHTSA.
I'm here on the job site with Dale, who's a framing contractor.
Hey, good morning.
Dale traded up to Geico Commercial Auto Insurance for all his business vehicles. We're here where he needs us most.
Yep, they sure are.
We make it easy for him to save on all his insurance needs, all in one place, with coverage that fits his business and bottom line. Oh, I shouldn't have looked down.
It's all right.
We're so far up here.
Look at me. Take a deep breath.
No, I'm good. So good.
Get a commercial auto insurance quote today at geico.com and see how much you could save. It feels good to Geico.
AI agents are everywhere, automating tasks and making decisions at machine speed. But agents make mistakes. Just one rogue agent can do big damage before you even notice. Rubrik Agent Cloud is the only platform that helps you monitor agents, set guardrails, and rewind mistakes, so you can unleash agents, not risk. Accelerate your AI transformation at Rubrik.com. That's RUBRIK.com.
You're listening to Heaving Bosoms, the podcast where two best friends recap romance novels while loving polycommunication and being Grinches. Hey HBs, I hope your holiday week is treating you fabulously. This week on the bonus feed, we're keeping up with our Merry Queermas mood by talking about books 4 and 5 in the Game Changer series. That's Common Goal and Role Model. Gah! I love those books so much. Oh my God, and mark your calendar because December 28th at 7 p.m. Eastern, that's a Sunday, we're doing our watch party of more Heated Rivalry episodes. And I can't wait. There's still some time to get a Patreon membership at 25% off, so head to patreon.com/Heaving Bosoms podcast. Right now, I get to welcome some excellent new pals to the community. Welcome Shantlalala, Frozo_Te, Marta M, Emmy, Chinwe M, and Stephanie M. Today, we're recapping The First Noel and Secret Santa by Eli Ray.
The next one is The First Noel, which is two completely new characters, and I am not going to say that I'm a Grinch, but I'm not
gonna say that. Yeah,
I'm not gonna say that.
I'm gonna say that I pretty much am a Grinch, and I have to. I've had to like get myself out of that now that I have kids. Like this is the first year we're going to be decorating our house at all, and it's just because the kids want to. Otherwise, I couldn't be fucked. You know, couldn't be bothered.
Yeah, I'm just not a holidays person, really.
Yeah. And part of it is like a kind of family history situation, which is exactly what's happening here. So there's Marcus and Devin. And Marcus has really, really warm, fuzzy, wonderful associations with Christmas, and Devin does not. And Devin typically hasn't done Christmas.
Devin is also deeply anti-capitalist. Which I felt like I was reading this and I was like, I'm a Devin.
I'm also a Devin.
I'm not as dismissive of the holidays. Like, I get it, because like I will definitely get some vicarious cheer out of it. I love the lights. I love a lot of things, but like there's I
love a lot of that. But it is very like, why? How are we spending $600 extra on just like shit that we're gonna put places? Is usually my my overall.
Like, oh look, new landfill. Like,
that's exactly it. And I know that that's kind of fucked up. I know it's not ideal. Well,
and there's ways,
for the Christmas
there's
lovers.
ways for that not to happen. And like, I think that it's one of those things where there's a big difference between capitalist Christmas, like what the market says Christmas is, and what Christmas is for a lot of people. Because I do know people who Christmas is, like me and my friends, we do celebrate Christmas, right? And it's actually like meaningful but like, wow, that sounded fucking judgmental as shit. It's actually meaningful.
That's not what you meant.
No, that's not what I meant. But like, there is a lot of like keeping up with the Joneses as far as Christmas is concerned. And it's like, that's not what the point of this is. Like that's the aspect of Christmas that I have an issue with, you know? And it's just, so yeah, I was reading this though, and I was like, I'm a Devin.
Yeah, but it's their first Christmas together. Devin wants to like be open to this because it is very important to Marcus. And so they're basically like walking around a craft store looking at all the different kinds of Christmas decor that they could get. Or Marcus is just sort of like feeling out Devin to see if he has any like particular taste. Marcus says like, I wish they had like a goth line of Christmas stuff. And let me tell you that I saw that yesterday, and I was just going to say, if
there is not a goth Christmas thing out there at this point with all of we've had goth Halloween now as well.
Sure. Yeah, it's good stuff. We were walking past it, and Valor was like, or Layla looked at one of the ornaments, and she was like, is that studs? And I was like, yeah, it is. Those are some silver studs on that ball.
I'm excited. Well, and it's one of those things where this is where I'm not a Devin. I love looking at all this shit. I say, like, I'm not going to buy it, but I am like, let me go see what they're doing for the holidays this year. I want to see it. And then, like, I'm not interested in buying it.
Right.
But
well, and one of the things that makes it pretty clear that this is coming from a place of like trauma is that Devin's biggest concern is fucking Christmas up for Marcus, fucking up their first Christmas together.
Yes.
And throughout the entire book, Marcus has to sort of convince Devin that, like, no, I'm not looking for a specific reaction. I'm not looking for a specific thing. I just want to experience Christmas with you.
I'm having a sudden realization, Melody.
Uh-oh, here we go.
You know how... Do people have, like, not a kink, but I wonder if there are Christmas lovers who their type is, you know, like the idea of like I can fix him, you know?
Yeah. Oh,
that type where it's like, I like taking somebody.
You want to fix Christmas?
I want to fix. I'm wondering if there are people who have a type for, I want to fix your holiday. I want to fix your Christmas. I want to fix your holidays. I want to make it, because I'm suddenly realizing, thinking about this, talking with you right now, quite a few of the people that I have ended up dating are big holiday people. And they're like, they just want me to be so into it. They're like, they want me to be into, they're like, we're going to make this a Christmas story. It's like so important. And I'm like, is this an opposites attract situation? Like, if you don't know, hey, listener, I'd like you to look at your relationship. And if you think to yourself, I'm not in an opposites attract relationship, we're very similar in a lot of ways. Like, this is not an opposite. What are your opinions on big holidays? What are your feelings on big holidays?
Yeah, tell us everything.
You might be in an opposites attract relationship. You might be.
Or you might be a lucky little Grinch like me and get married to another Grinch. That's pretty great.
I mean, and I don't mind it because, like, I get a lot of, like, joy from other people's joy, right?
Same.
And so, like, I just
won't
the
manufacture
holiday.
it myself.
Exactly. Like, I'm not going to think about it. I'm just not.
Yeah. But now, again, now that I have kids, I'm like, one of the things that I did really like about the Christmas season in my house was making sugar cookies for like my small town. And that's one thing that I have carried over to like do with the kids. So I'm very proud of myself. I set up a dinner
Do y'all
with
decorate
like
them?
Friends. Yes. I set up a dinner with
Can
friends.
I be there for that this year?
Yeah. Yeah.
Little video chat like we did that one time. I want to hang out and decorate cookies with y'all.
Hell yeah.
I'll make cookies myself even. I'll go buy frosting.
Ooh, do it. Yes, let's have a cookie decorating party because that's what I set up with a couple of our adult friends. They're going to come over and we're all going to decorate cookies with the kids, and it's going to be very fun. And Michael's probably not going to be involved at all, and that's also great.
Yeah, good for him.
Yeah, go do something
Live your
else.
best life,
That's fine.
whatever that is.
I'm like definitely, I think, the less Grinchy, if you will, but Michael loves the gift giving process. He's much better
Michael
about like
strikes me as a
starting
good gift
2 months.
giver.
God, he is. He is. Thank goodness, frankly,
Like, almost
because he picks up all
offensively
my
good.
slack. Yeah, he picks up all my slack.
I feel like when you guys first when you guys first started dating, was it one of those things where like he'd get a gift and you'd be like, son of a bitch. How did God damn it.
Yeah. That
I will
happens
say
more
you
now,
are-
though.
I would say that you are also an incredible gift giver though, because I wear that bracelet you got me every single day, and I actually can't I haven't been able to find it for 2 days.
I know.
And I'm like devastated. I don't
Actually,
even know where.
there is a similar bracelet that a listener sent that I want to send to you.
You got it.
It
I still
doesn't
need to set
say
up the post office.
in Morse code. It says "fuck ice." It's great.
Hell yeah.
Anyway, but my issue is I'm very hit and miss. If I give a good gift, it could be once every 3 years. And then otherwise I'm like floundering, being like, I don't know what to do.
My biggest problem with these holidays is when I see something that makes me think of somebody, because it happens a lot, I just buy it. And then because I have no chill, I don't hold on to, it's not like I'm going to hold on to it for your Christmas or your birthday present.
Yeah.
I just give it to them.
Yeah.
I just buy it and I give it to them, or I don't. And
Or it sits
just,
in a shelf.
like the number of things that you are going to receive when I finally get my shit together and send you a package, Melody, is obscene. Because I just keep buying you things. And unfortunately now I've moved.
Yeah.
So like
be
half of them are still
years.
packed.
Yeah.
The ones that I
No, I hear
haven't
you.
bought since I've moved, essentially.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, so this whole short story is basically like tiny snippets of this couple navigating like the 2 weeks before and then Christmas Eve between really wonderful emotional check-ins and then really great sex and,
Oh my
holiday
God.
moments in between.
There's a lot of sex in this one.
Tons.
Like
It's
it
great.
is, and it's so good because so Marcus is non-binary, and they are uncomfortable. They have some gender dysphoria going on. They're uncomfortable with a lot of parts of their body being touched. And like, wow, the way that they navigate that in this book is
It's great.
fantastic.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Yeah. I mean, because they navigate it really, really beautifully because Devin knows that Marcus is kind of hit and miss. Sometimes they're totally fine with their genitals being touched and manipulated in like sort of traditional ways. And other times they don't like that at all. And so Devin's just constantly checking in. So there's that. But then because Devin is more like comfortable with his presentation in general and his experience in his body, like we've got just like a spontaneous rimming with a reach around scene.
Rimming on the kitchen counter?
Yeah.
Like-
It's just, okay.
Well, hello.
Golly
like,
gee.
let's fucking go, baby. Like,
Yeah.
all right. Dinner
Yeah.
served? What
fucking loved
is
it.
happening right now? Like,
I loved
it was super fun. But their presents that they end up getting each other. So Devin gets into the spirit, and he noticed Marcus really liked all of the snow globes that were at the store. But because Devin isn't really big on capitalism, ends up making a handmade snow globe for Marcus with 3 polymer clay versions of Marcus's pets?
Yeah.
With their favorite color, glitter?
Yeah.
Oh.
And like, I was like, Devin, look, man, you are allowed to feel your feelings, but also it is borderline unreasonable for you to be nervous about this being a bad gift. Okay? Devin. Because that's his thing. He's like, I got to take it over right now because I'm worried that it's a bad gift. And if it is a bad gift, then I'll have time before Christmas to like figure something else out. Devin, you made your person a custom snow globe. You hand carved or hand sculpted the bunnies inside. Okay? Shut your fucking mouth.
The bunny and the little fancy rats.
And the rats too. Yeah. Oh, Devin, this is a great gift.
It is. But like,
Well,
it makes, I can definitely understand that though, because like there are some people that like, they want something from the store. The thought of getting something handmade is, and I can't fathom that. I love handmade shit. Like if you're gonna, I'm telling you right now, if you're gonna get me a tchotchke for a fucking shelf that is going to be a goddamn dust collector in my house, it better not be some dumb fucking shit from Kirkland's. Like, if I want something from Kirkland's, I'll go buy something from Kirk. And, you know, that's a really aggressive thing to state. That's a very broad statement. There are certain people that, like, I trust them enough that, like, if they sell something and bought it from a store. But, like, for, like, a gift like that, a specific, like, thing, like, if you're wondering, is Sabrina going to want something handmade, even if you think it is the ugliest thing you've ever made in your entire life, I'm going to love it. I'm going to love it. And you better be prepared, because whenever I get my shit together and get shelves on my wall, which I never did at my house in Arkansas. Either of my houses in Arkansas. So we'll see. I better get my shit together in this house, because
it'll happen soon.
I have a deadline.
Yeah. But otherwise it gets to thrown away, right?
Oh,
Everybody gets to bring a dumpster to your house?
Everyone. Yeah.
In July? Is that what it is?
About this? Oh my God. I made the fucking, as somebody, I have a box that came back to Louisiana with me that has not been fucking gone through since I left Louisiana 8 years ago. And I made the dumb fucking commitment to somebody who will take me up on it. Not something, like, you know what I mean? Because there's some people that you're like, I'll tell you what. If I don't do blah, blah, blah by this date, then you can do blah, blah, blah.
And they'll like forget. And that's really nice.
Or they won't forget, but they're not actually going to take you up on it, you know?
They won't actually punish you in the way that you described.
No. On 4th of July this year during our kiddie pool party, I did tell a whole crew of people who are the type to absolutely hold me to this. That if I have not, I'm allowed to have boxes in the house, but they need to be because I have like unpacked, made a decision, and then repacked essentially them kind of thing. But anything that has not been gone through by July 4th of 2026, they are throwing those boxes out. Fuck. And boy, I have barely touched boxes since then. Like, my God, that's a legitimate threat. I have almost 6 months now.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I believe in you mostly, you know?
But anyway, so that's just, I guess that this is kind of a call out to all of the people who have given me things that have never been on a wall. They're finally going up.
Hey,
prepare yourselves.
That is a huge benefit. That's great.
Yeah, but I will say, like, prepare yourself, because, like, if you think it's ugly as sin, shit's going on a wall, and everyone's gonna know about it. They're gonna be like, what is that? And I'll be like, that is the amazing little ceramic thing that my friend made for me.
I love it.
And they're like, what is it? And I'm like, I don't know, but it's my favorite thing that I don't know.
Yeah. That's all.
Anyway,
all right.
So they do the gift exchange. And then Marcus's gift is also really good, though.
Yeah, it is.
Marcus knows that Devin's a little Grinchy boy, right? And so they give him a set of ornaments with paper, slips of paper in it that are, I think, handwritten.
I think so too.
From
in gold ink from Albert Camus' The Stranger.
Yes. Like, and Devin loves it.
Yeah.
And now it's their little gifties. And it's just real cute. And then they're just real intimate and adorable and lovely through the end of the book. And then they're also together forever.
Yes. Also together forever, period, the end. Oh, no. I'm sorry. It's not The Stranger. It's The Myth of Sisyphus. I'm pretty sure.
Yes.
That's what it is.
Yes, you are correct.
Yes.
And it's just adorable and wonderful. And then.
Yes.
We get to my favorite one.
A poly extravaganza.
I fucking loved Secret Santa. It
Same.
was, oh my God. So we open up, it's like a week before Christmas, okay, at a bonfire. And we have, what are their names?
Dove and Sage.
Yes. So we have Dove and Sage. It's like a week before Christmas. Sage is a extroverted, fun-loving little cutie patootie. And she's a big social networky. And Dove is very much more chill. Dove is a keep to themselves, but loves watching Sage flutter about and be interacting with everybody and all of these things.
And they're several years into their relationship. They've navigated a lot. Like, I think during that time, Sage got divorced.
Yep.
And they've always been poly. They used to go to Frolic Con every year.
This was just I almost bought tickets for Frolic Con next year because Frolic Con is real.
Yeah.
And like, I was so tempted. One of my buddies is going and was like, do you want to get tickets and like get a hotel room? And I've wanted to go for so fucking long. Ever since I learned about Frolic Con, I was like, that sounds so up my alley that it's not even funny. And I cannot rationalize, what's the word I'm looking for? But like, justify, that's the word. I cannot justify that expense right now, especially with my dryer breaking last night. So like, and then everything and all of the other things that have been going on, like I just can't, but like, oh fuck, I want to go. But anyway, they're like reminiscing.
Right. And over the past few years, there's been a lot of heavy stuff. So they've been less active on the poly scene. They've pretty much like stuck to themselves for the past couple of years.
Well, and like specifically in like the kinky sex scene, right? Like the fun kinky sex whatevers with strangers and groups and things like that. And then while Sage is a little drunk, she comes up and she's like, hey, Dove, we should get a third. And Dove's like, okay. And Sage is like, I know that you've always wanted to set me up with a stranger. And Dove's like,
oh, have I?
Have I? Is that a thing that I want to do? Like, is that a thing? And Sage is like, well, like, I mean,
I might have brought it up, but you seemed very into doing it, you know?
I was definitely a Sage in that moment because I am that person. I'm like, I know that you've always wanted to do blah, blah, blah. And they're like, I'm pretty sure you're the one who brought the blah, blah, blah up as a thing. And I'm like, semantics.
You were so excited about it.
Anyway, and Dove's like, okay, I can do that. Let me reach out. Like, I know it's the week before Christmas, so it'll, take a little bit of planning. But yeah, I'll see what I can get together.
And specifically, Sage wants a stranger, and she doesn't want to know any of the particulars until that person gets there.
Yes, and then we end up, like, zippy-zapping to Christmas Eve. Yeah, Christmas Eve. Sage is in the bath because that is her mental prep time for interactions like this. And so she's, like, super relaxing, and Dove is so fucking cute. Because their prep time is like, I'm going to make sure everything is perfect.
Yep.
Do we want candles? Do we want what music? Like basically setting the scene and like doing all of these things and like preparing and taking care of Sage.
Mm-hmm. That's who is Dove. That's who Dove is as a person. That's who Dove is in bed. That's who Dove is everywhere.
Yes. And Sage, we end up with like unexpectedly, like I wasn't expecting it to happen so quickly, but like a real hot scene where Sage is in the bath and Dove comes in and Sage is like touching on herself and Dove comes in and like kisses her in the bath and then does like a little bit of light touching.
Yeah.
But I was like, oh, hello.
It was great.
Let's get going. And so they end up like they're downstairs after bath times, everything's set up, and then ding dong.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they said the most interesting thing. They were like snacks for like strangers, this kind of situation, and we'll have a nice meal ourselves after. Because like a big nice meal with somebody is more of a close, like a regular sexual partner, friend thing, family thing kind of thing. And then it was super cute that they had everything set up because ding dong. And the person walks in in full Santa gear.
Yeah.
Fake beard.
Full fake beard, everything. Yeah.
And they're like, ho, ho, ho. Let's see what Santa brought you for Christmas.
Yeah.
And then Sage is like,
wait a second. I recognize you.
I know you.
Yeah. And Sage doesn't know what their status is at the moment because they're obviously changed. They've obviously done some hormone replacement therapy. And so she just looks at them and says, old friend. And I loved that because she didn't want to start the interaction off possibly using their dead name. That was such a cool thing.
My heart.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to remember that.
Yeah.
Old friend and like, not even necessarily for people who have clearly had some kind of, personal transition, whether like whatever, but like, it was so cute.
Yeah, it was such a warm and personal way, but still indicating that like they're not close enough to have kept in touch to have anything, right?
Yeah. And it just, it was real cute and like intimate. It sets the tone extremely well for the rest of this book.
Yeah.
And so turns out his name is Isaac. And they knew each other back from their college years doing social justice things. And Isaac just moved back to town.
Right.
And has been here for a few years. And they immediately have dinner now instead of just snicky snacks.
Yeah. And I loved it because the whole thing was because Isaac came with a very specific purpose in mind, at least in his head. Yeah, a script, exactly. And so he thinks that he's like letting them down now because they ordered a stranger. They're not getting a stranger. And like, what is he to do,
It's a special Christmas edition of Thursday Night Football, and it's only on Prime Video. Tonight, the Denver Broncos take on the Kansas City Chiefs on Christmas night. Cap off your holiday with an old-school rivalry. For the Kansas City Chiefs on the defensive side, can they create enough pressure to upset this really good Denver offense? Grab your favorite holiday snacks, huddle up with the family and friends, and get ready for fireworks on the field. Coverage begins at 7:30 p.m. Eastern with football's best party, TNF Tonight, presented by Verizon. Not a Prime member? Not a problem. Simply sign up for a 30-day free trial. It's the Broncos and Chiefs tonight at 7:30 p.m. Eastern, only on Prime Video. Restrictions apply. See Amazon.com/Amazon Prime for details.
And I loved the way that they all kept on checking in with each other, not just on sexual boundaries, but also like, what are our expectations of this in a more general sense? Like, how are we doing emotionally? What's going on in general, right? Like, to the point that Sage asks Isaac, like, how are you really, though? And Isaac's like, I mean, I don't want to like bring emotional baggage or whatever, into your fun stranger night. And Sage is like, I mean, you know me. talking about our feelings is going to get me hot and bothered either way, you know?
Well, because he says it's nothing specific. I have several friends in more difficult situations right now. Everything's not so bad, except Sage pushed. Isaac took a sip of the wine. Except I'm in a new town, he said. I just came out of a long-term relationship. The split was amicable. They're a wonderful person and they deserve a good life. I just won't be a part of it anymore. And then, of course, finding new community as any kind of trans person. The crinkles around his eyes hardened. The lack of extended biological family who's in contact with me. It's a lonely way to be right now. And on Christmas Eve, Dove whispered.
Oh.
Calendar dates don't usually mean much to me, Isaac said. But it's hard to miss the part where I'm supposed to have family to be with right now.
Yeah.
And like, that's one thing that we haven't really touched on, but that comes up a couple of times in all of these little novellas, but discussing what it's like to be at the holidays as a queer person and a trans person and just
who might have been rejected by their family or
Yeah.
So but I loved it because Dove immediately becomes vulnerable at that point and says, like, yeah, I'm not really in contact with a lot of my family of origin. And Sage is like, and you have us. Like, this is not what we expected it to be, but I think it might be better. I don't know.
Well, because we find out that Sage always had a little bit of a crush on
and so did Isaac.
And Isaac had a little bit of a crush on her.
And Dove is so great because this is one of the things I love about polyamory in general is like in another book, the person would be like, and that's when I knew I was gonna get my territory messed with or whatever. And this one, Dove just says like, oh, so do you regret not pursuing it, either of you? And both of them are like, no. Like, I don't think that
it would have been wrong time.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Sage is like, I didn't really do relationships then.
Right.
I just did casual and
Isaac's like, I was just kind of a mess all over the place, you know? So, you know, not being able to truly devote the energy needed for a relationship. And one of the other things that Sage and Dove talked about before Isaac showed up is like, Sage was like, oh, I'm so excited for like my one night stand. And Dove is like, yeah, because you've historically been so good at those.
It was so funny, and it was such an accurate call out.
Yeah, because Sage is a collector. She's a keeper. She wants to continue nurturing if she has a good relationship with that person. And so Dove it's not like a mean call out. It's just like, let's remember that a lot of times your quote unquote one night stands turn into a lot longer of a relationship, you know? And like, I think we both need to keep that in the back of our mind. And so Isaac is like, all right, so what do we do now? Like, what does this mean? And they're like, well, what do you want out of this situation? And Isaac is like, that's not how this goes. God damn it. Like, I'm the person coming into this. I'm the one who should fulfill the role that you two are working for, you know?
Yeah.
Like, and they're both like, no, you're a person.
And they're like, we didn't order, because like he's coming in thinking that they basically ordered a stud cock for the night. And they're like, no, like
man.
we're interested in interacting with you and having something to do with you. Like, what brings you joy is going to bring us joy too.
Yes. Yeah.
And like,
it's
this should be a give and a take. It was a really beautiful conversation. The way that we just clumsily buffooned our way through describing it, but like
as
the
usual.
actual novella, it's so
it's truly
written.
Beautiful. Yes. Yeah. It's really well written. It's really well crafted. And Isaac's thing is Isaac's having a hard time changing that sort of like script in his mind, you know? But it gets to the point where Sage is like going down his body being like, oh, can I like taste you or anything like that? And, or like, what do you want out of this? And Isaac finally, he thinks to himself, like, has there ever in the last few years, like since he transitioned, ever been a situation where he wasn't just expected to do the thrusting, you know? And he admits that like thrusting kind of exacerbates his sciatica.
Well, So before that, there was this really, so this is while they're in this like discussion point of this. And it was so beautiful because this resonated with me a lot, right? As far as gender is concerned, because he basically is talking about like getting ready for tonight. And then he says, there's not many templates for us, are there? I mean, on the one hand, I sort of signed up for this. I don't want any of this gender shit. But on the other, do we each have to reinvent the wheel? The words we find are so slippery and change so fast. Do the kids even use the word stone anymore? Not in local circles, Dove said a bit sadly. It's outdated. I mean, there's nothing wrong with terms changing, Isaac said emphatically. Don't get me wrong. Language is never an exact science. It's all approximation. But at what rate of change do we lose all common understanding? Or am I just old? And then they like talk a little bit about like shaping their identities in lesbian bars growing up, because all three of them were lesbian. Like they were all in lesbian bars growing up, right? But now Dove is non-binary and had like is like learning more about being stone. Because when they were at lesbian bars, they would have been probably a stone butch, right? Yeah. And then like Sage is, I'm guessing, femme. And then like Isaac was probably also a stone butch, but transitioned into man. But also like he even says like that also doesn't really fit, but it's the closest approximation because it's all fluid. It's not, there's no box.
And a lot of it is situational because he says like comfort. A lot of times I'm more stone with people that I am just meeting, and then it might change if my comfort level changes. And Dove says like, that's me too. But, you know, generally Dove is stone. And Sage is just like, I'm here for everything, you know? So like, let's play, let's figure it out. And because of the connection that Isaac forges with Dove in this threesome like scene in general, they connect on this level that is really, really wonderful. What's up?
I forgot about this. I was looking for a specific thing as they leaned into having sex though, because Sage, she says, you thought we wanted a stunt cock for the night, didn't you? And then says, if that's what you want to do, I can certainly work with that. But I'm here now to write my own stories, exist as a monarch of my own skin among other monarchs. No script, no trope, unless there's a fun one that feeds you or me or us. I'll do my best to stick with a roleplay scenario if that's your thing, though I can't promise I'm any good at that. Dove started laughing quietly and couldn't seem to stop. Sage glanced their way and smiled. Dove is probably recalling a particularly memorable attempt at us role-playing nurse and patient. We got a bit derailed when I tried to socialize the hospital.
Fantastic.
And like, that's so fucking funny. Like, what a mood. But so then she's basically like, what do you want? And he feels comfortable enough to be like, I want zero expectations, no role play, nothing like that. I want touch. Yeah. And Sage is like, I can work with that.
Yeah.
Listener, and then she does. She tells them, she ends up having them sit next to each other on that couch, and she comes up and like straddles their middle leg. Like they are now a 3-legged race, and she is that she's the on star. That middle leg. Yeah. And like she ends up like kissing Isaac and then like kissing Dove and then going back to kissing Isaac, and like they get closer, and then she's like, where are you comfortable with me touching? And like, do you want me on your cock and things like that? And so she goes down, and now she is sucking his cock, and he and Dove start interacting and like kissing, and they vibe really, really well. And everyone's touching, and it's hot and wonderful.
Super hot.
They end up in the bedroom. I'm trying to remember the exact order because it's kind of important.
Well,
if they Netflix and chill before.
No, so when Sage is doing oral, he realizes, like, I'm going to come if this doesn't stop. And meanwhile, Dove has been like, how are you with marks? And Isaac is like, I am into the marks. And so Dove is like holding him down on the couch and like biting his, like basically his trapezius, you know?
Yeah.
Like he's just biting into that muscle and then sucking on it. And between that and everything Sage is doing below, he's like, I'm going to come. And instead of like slowing down or anything, it makes them both double down on what they're doing until he's like super satisfied. And then after that, he's like, what can I do for you? But also, do you want to go to a place that's like, you know, more easily navigated?
Comfier.
Yeah. And they're like, bedroom it is. And so it's great because this threesome scene, like at one point it switches in the middle. There's like a little scene break, if I remember correctly. And he is like sitting up against the headboard and Sage is going down on him while getting railed by Dove behind her. And like one of the things I loved is that when Isaac is watching these two together, he really appreciates the long-standing partnership he can see in like the way that Dove is caring for Sage, the way that Dove knows the exact angles to hit to really rock Sage's world. And Isaac realizes, like, I think maybe I want Dove to know that same information for me. You know, I want Dove to get to know me as a sexual partner like that. And that begins like Isaac's overall like rumination on being a more permanent part of this relationship. But it's super hot. And then Dove is such a good, like, reader of people that Isaac is nervous to ask for penetration. And instead, Dove just comes up and touches him and says, like, how do you want it? Yep. And so Isaac chooses for all fours, and Sage checks in to be like, is that okay for your tailbone? And he's like, yup, it's going to be fine. I also loved in the text that it says that he spread out and showed Dove the opening that he wanted to be penetrated. And that was wonderful. And that's overall what I like about this series and this author is that genitals aren't necessarily like described. They're not necessarily named, but you do get a sense for like what's going on, and it doesn't undermine their gender identity regardless of what is present.
Well, and that's the thing is that Eli Ray is very good about in all three of these is degendering.
Yes.
Sexual characteristics. Because ultimately, sexual characteristics should have no part in what your gender is, right? And so like describing it as these things. And unfortunately, the sexual characteristics are gendered in our society. And then on top of that, there are specific words that are gendered in our society. So like cock, pussy, breasts, vaginas, penises, and things like that. And it's really interesting because in sex, and like you see it a lot in romance novels, and the way that like sex is described, discussed, things like that, is the clinical terms for these sexual characteristics is not sexy, right? Like it is not a sexy thing. Because like you read any fucking thing where it's like, what word do you hate seeing in a romance novel or whatever? And it's penis, vagina, anus, things like that. And it's like, it's because they're sexualized terms and they're hot terms, they're horny terms, the other words that you use, but they're also deeply gendered.
Yes.
In a way that the clinical terms aren't, I think.
Exactly.
And it's very interesting because I've run into that because I don't have an issue using the clinical terms in a sexy sense. And like, I can't tell you how many times I've been like laughed at, but like lovingly laughed at, but like,
but it's like jarring
penis
for people
instead of, and they're like, I'm sorry. Or I'm like vagina and they're like pussy. And I'm like, and it's like, but like Eli Ray is so good at just degendering them because ultimately cock doesn't have to be a term for a mask
presentation
member. You know what I mean? Like it's, and Eli Ray just did such a good job. You can really tell that Eli Ray, and if you read the author's notes and things like that, or like the description, like Eli Ray is queer and poly relationships,
super thoughtful,
and like
some of the trigger warnings on there, I was like, I didn't know that needed a content warning, but like, yeah, okay, that's great. Thank you for letting me know that thing is in there. I mean, even to the point of like Christmas feelings, I think was one content warning in the first Noel. Shit like that.
I do remember that. I was like, I don't really remember content warnings, but like, yeah, no. Well, and it's so interesting because that means that Eli Ray knows their demographic.
Yes.
They know who their readers are going to be. Because I will tell you that I have met cishet people with issues with the holidays, right? But the way that they have issues with the holidays are very different than most of the queer people that have issues with the holidays.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
I would say that for a lot of those people, it's triggering in a way that I don't generally see. And I'm not saying every cishet person, like that's a very broad brush for me to stroke.
No,
and I'm not doing that. But like it's just a little bit different because there's a difference between my family has disowned me.
Yes.
It's a special Christmas edition of Thursday Night Football, and it's only on Prime Video. Tonight, the Denver Broncos take on the Kansas City Chiefs on Christmas night. Cap off your holiday with an old-school rivalry. For the Kansas City Chiefs on the defensive side, can they create enough pressure to upset this really good Denver offense? Grab your favorite holiday snacks, huddle up with the family and friends, and get ready for fireworks on the field. Coverage begins at 7:30 p.m. Eastern with football's best party, TNF Tonight, presented by Verizon. Not a Prime member? Not a problem. Simply sign up for a 30-day free trial. It's the Broncos and Chiefs tonight at 7:30 p.m. Eastern, only on Prime Video. Restrictions apply. See Amazon.com/Amazon Prime for details.
When your company earns unlimited 2% cash back on all purchases with Capital One, that's serious business. So Stephen at SandCloud got a serious business card, the Spark Cash Plus card from Capital One.
We used our 2% cash back to help build our retail presence.
Savvy, Stephen.
And we get big purchasing power, so our business can spend more and earn more.
The Spark Cash Plus card from Capital One. What's in your wallet?
Terms and conditions apply. Find out more at CapitalOne.com/SparkCashPlus.
So it was just really wonderful. And it was so hot, though. We're going back to the hot, okay?
Please.
Because Dove, during this, like, adjustment to, like, Doggy, Dove says to Sage, give him what you had.
Yeah.
And then, because, like, Dove is definitely the conductor of this evening. And, like, Sage she ends up sprawled against that headboard with her legs spread. And, like, it was just real hot.
But
and,
again,
like,
with no expectation, because Isaac is like, I mean, at a certain point, there's no fucking way I'm going to be able to focus on actually getting Sage off because of all the goodness that's happening to me right now. And that's completely fine, right? Because again, like, orgasm isn't necessarily the destination each and every time you have some sort of physical contact. And I loved it. They end up, like, just sprawling out
Dove
and going
ends up
to sleep.
Coming from fucking him, which is real hot. Like, my God,
I forgot about that. Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie, I am envious of people who can come from using a strap.
Yeah, totally.
Like, if you can come from using a strap, and you're like, as the wearer, you're the one wearing the strap, you are a lucky little duck. You are like as much as we're saying that orgasms are not the end all be all of sex, and like both of us are real hardcore on that. God damn, it's hard not to be envious of somebody who can come from a strap. Anyway, then they sprawl out, and then they go to they fall asleep.
Morning.
They wake up, and when Isaac wakes up, he's like,
again, he's got the script.
Yeah,
I gotta go. I'm gonna get kicked out.
And so he's like, okay, but no, that's what he's thinking. But then he's not fully awake, and he can hear over him Dove and Sage talking, and Dove's
planning breakfast.
They're like, yeah, I think we have eggs because we almost made deviled eggs, which, like, shame on you for not making the deviled eggs.
Sure.
But they're like, and then they have like pumpkin pancake mix, which sounds
And they're
amazing.
like, do you like pumpkin pancakes? And Isaac's like, oh, maybe I'm not leaving. Oh, God.
And then like they start talking about like Dove's hot sauce collection. And like, it was just real cute.
And then over breakfast, they have kind of a state of the relationship talk. And Dove starts it off, and Dove is like, normally it's tough for me to open up to people, but I just feel this really intense connection with you. And if you want to give me more, us more, I'm very here for it.
Yeah.
Sage says the same thing. And then the epilogue is them. I mean, they're together. They live together, period, the end, I feel like, even though that's not on the page specifically. And they're getting ready to like go to a sex club together. That's very cute.
It's on not fourth. God damn it. No, I can't stop thinking about those boxes that are going to get thrown out in 6 months. It's on Valentine's Day.
Yes.
And they're all going to a little sex club.
Period, the
called
end.
Lavender Dreams. And there's another trilogy by Eli Ray that I'm going to be reading about Lavender Dreams. It's like, it's a sex club, it's a swinger club, et cetera, et cetera. And like, I'm excited about it. And then, oh my God, on top of that, when I was going to download these novellas, listener, I already sent Melody the fucking picture of it because I was like, OMG, what the fuck? Because at the bottom of the page, it says, stay tuned for Poly Space Opera Love coming 2026. Hey, Eli, if I may.
Yeah.
I want to read your Poly Space Opera Love.
Yeah, we're in line. We're here for it.
I'm just letting you know, especially because like these little novellas came out like 2020-ish, like right around there, and it's talking about space opera something coming up soon in 2021, which means the date keeps getting moved back. I don't know why that is, if it's like personal reasons, like whatever the reason is that you have to keep pushing back the date. That is, you are supported. We appreciate you for putting out what you have. I'm just letting you know that there are at least 2 people who are sitting here
ready
for Poly Space Opera Love.
Yeah, we're here for space opera, is all we're saying.
Yeah.
Anytimes.
Just letting you know.
Yeah. All right, Sabrina, what is your lady love?
My lady love is having a new knitting hyperfixation. Thank God. Indeed. I was previously in a hyperfixation of washcloths and face scrubbies out of cotton yarn. There are a few issues with that. There are only so many washcloths and face scrubbies or coasters that a person needs.
Yeah.
And I have
85?
more than I can possibly use and more than I can possibly give away currently. And also on top of that, I only make them out of 100% cotton yarn. You want to know what I don't have a whole lot of in my gigantic yarn store collection of yarn that's in my fucking bedroom? 100% cotton yarn. I, however, have recently transitioned to a hyperfixation on headbands. I'm really loving making headbands and ear warmers. They are now they've turned into my travel projects. I have made roughly 1 a day since the watch party on Sunday.
Oh my God, I love it.
I don't think I'll be stopping anytime soon, which is nice because it's a bunch of, I can use the yarn that I already have. I can make a ton of them. It's way easier to give away headbands than it is washcloths and coasters and face scrubbies. And I'm having a blast. I've done a different pattern every single time. The only unfortunate thing is that I now kind of want to turn my magnum opus knitting that I had been talking about into headbands instead of a blanket. I want to use those patterns for like headbands instead. And I'm just like, fuck. And because I am who I am, that makes me want to like undo all of the ones that I've already made. And I'm like, Sabrina, that is insane. That is you're not allowed to do that, but also like so we'll see. Anyway, so my lady love is ultimately hyperfixations changing at the right fucking time. because
Yeah.
I literally bags. I have bags of them, Melody. I've been doing nothing but knitting those for like 5 months now, and there's so many. You're gonna get a lot of washcloths.
I'm into it. All right. My lady love is the walking pad I got off of Marketplace the other day. Super, super excited about it because I've always wanted a walking desk, and I've had a standing desk or like a, one that I can transition in between. But now, like yesterday, I walked for 90 minutes while I was editing, and I didn't even realize it had been that long, except I looked down and the walking pad like showed me the amount of time was on there.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think I'm finally going to be able to like get my steps in without, especially in the winter,
I don't
without,
know, but
like,
I'm listening.
Sure. But without like having to compromise time that I need to do other things, Like
Yeah.
a lot of times it's like crucial for me to get editing done at a very specific time. And so if I can't, then like episode is fucked for the next week. And yeah, walking pad. I'm very excited about it. And I've used it pretty much every day since I got it, and it's incredible.
Yay!
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, very excited.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, listener, HB, keep being a badass and love yourself as much as you love trans joy during the holiday season.
God damn it. Yes. Yes. Trans joy.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think I'm just going to leave it there.
We need
That's the
more
only one
of
I'm going
it.
to throw out there. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. We love you, HBs. Okay, bye.
I love you. Bye.
Happy holidays. Thank you for listening. Next week, we'll be back with a recap of The Long Game by Rachel Reed. That's Shane and Ilya's follow-up novel. Heaving Bosoms is produced by us, Melody Carlisle and Sabrina Bradley. Editing is done by me, Melody Carlisle. Our theme music is by the incredible singer-songwriter Brittany Fonts, and our art is by the ultra-talented author Kate Pryor. If you like our show, remember to follow us on your favorite podcast app, rate us 5 stars, and leave a review. That one small action is a huge way to help the show. If you want to get in touch with us for advertising inquiries or anything else, you can email us at heavingbosomspodcast@gmail.com. If you want more of us, visit patreon.com/heavingbosomspodcast. You can also find us on Instagram at Heaving Bosoms, on TikTok at Heaving_Bosoms, and in our Facebook group, the Heaving Bosoms Geriatric Friendship Cult. See you next week.
It's a special Christmas edition of Thursday Night Football, and it's only on Prime Video. Tonight, the Denver Broncos take on the Kansas City Chiefs on Christmas night. Cap off your holiday with an old-school rivalry. For the Kansas City Chiefs on the defensive side, can they create enough pressure to upset this really good Denver offense? Grab your favorite holiday snacks, huddle up with the family and friends, and get ready for fireworks on the field. Coverage begins at 7:30 p.m. Eastern with football's best party, TNF Tonight, presented by Verizon. Not a Prime member? Not a problem. Simply sign up for a 30-day free trial. It's the Broncos and Chiefs tonight at 7:30 p.m. Eastern, only on Prime Video. Restrictions apply. See Amazon.com/Amazon Prime for details.